Brighton and Hove Albion 1, Aston Villa 2. Villa get the 3 points at the Amex. Unai Emery wins his first 2 Premier League games for Aston Villa. First away win of the season. What a result. Oh, unbelievable. Brilliant display second half especially. The defensive display was unreal. We just stopped them creating anything. They had one big chance with Levi Colwill, but that was it. Unbelievable performance. 2 wins in a row for Unai Emery at Villa. We couldn't ask for more than that. I know people were saying and having a little moan about the midweek game and resting players, and I felt the same way. But it showed it worked because we've got another victory in the league. Unbelievable. So how it started then. So initially there was some team news flying around saying that Watkins and Bailey weren't on the coach and Emmy wasn't going to be there as well for injury. Luckily, it turned out it was only Watkins that was suffering from illness. So it was still a big loss. But in stepped Danny Ings. Bailey was on the bench. He only saw 15 minutes of the game. So in stepped Danny Ings and John McGinn started again. And I've got to give it to McGinn. He had a great game today. Brighton took the lead, got the first goal within inside the first minute. Poor pass from Emmy, puts Douglas Luiz under pressure. Douglas takes a poor touch. He does. McAllister nips in the head, makes it 1-0. So, yeah, 1-0. We're like, oh dear, 1-0, 1 minute gone. Head in hands moment, thinking our mistake as well. Similar to the Manchester United goals on Thursday, our mistake. Or we've messed this up already. We never come back in games. It's very rare, especially away from home. It's very rare for Villa to come back in games to get 3 points, let alone a point. So it was a bit of doom and gloom initially. But we go back up the other end. Initially, we had a good move where Jacob Ramsey plays a ball into Ings. He puts it across and it gets cut out by Stupinian. And McGinn was there but just couldn't get the touch on the ball. So there's that chance. And then the penalty. Great run from McGinn. I think it's Buendia that plays the pass through the lines. McGinn makes a great dart across the box. Lewis Dunk trips him up. No option penalty. Clear penalty. Danny Ings, thankfully, just puts it down the middle. I know Sanchez got a hand to it, but it was a good penalty in the end. He had too much power. Straight down the middle. 1-1. Back in the game. Didn't think we'd get back in it and we're straight back in the game. And we had little bits and little opportunities here and there in the first half. Look, it was a really good performance. We just restricted Brighton to nothing. They had a few corners, but that was it. Trying to do Douglas Luiz, he scored from corners. I know Pascal Gross did that once. Only Douglas Luiz can do that, mate. Anyway, so Ramsey had one opportunity. Ings had one where it cut across and Colwill did well to get back. Yeah, it was that was it really for the first half, but we played well. Again, that shape and structure. Unai Emery's tactics, the 4-4-2 worked so well, and we were just dropping back because Brighton were limiting themselves. We weren't playing that long ball second half, especially. In the first half, they played it a few times, and we were just dealing with it comfortably. The only reason we were making errors was our own fault, our own backing, and that will come. This takes a lot of time. Passing from the back thing takes a lot of time to understand and get used to, and the patterns of play. And that was the only way they were coming onto us was through our mistakes. They weren't playing through us whatsoever. Thought Boubacar Kamara that first half, outstanding. Was winning the ball back constantly. We'd lose possession, he'd just be there, winning it back, playing a simple pass. What we need. He's so good at winning the ball back and dispossessing the opposition. And McGinn ran very hard and ran well first half as well. Ramsey was doing well, progressing the ball as well up the pitch. And Ings was just a nuisance up top as well. But second half, the defence, Konsa especially, were outstanding. They were reading everything Brighton were throwing forward. It's 1-1 at the time, and Brighton had a little pressure at the start of the first half, but nothing much. And then we got the other end. It was initially Matty Cash. It's come across. We had that chance. Matty Cash gets behind, and you just want Cash to put a good ball in. That's all you want. It wasn't the best ball, but Emmy manages to get his head on it, hits the post. You're like, oh, that was a glorious opportunity. You should have got one there. But don't worry, a few seconds later, McAllister, identical to how Douglas Luiz had the ball. McAllister has the ball on the edge of his own box. Douglas Luiz does great to intercept him. And then Danny Ings, this is what you want from your striker. Cool under pressure. Danny Ings sees Dunk in the corner of his eye, coming across, chops it, sends Dunk flying, and then I think it takes a little deflection of Colwill, goes in near post, past Sanchez, and that's 2-1. Great composure from Danny Ings. Something I wish Danny Ings was just a bit quicker. because he'd be the ultimate striker then. That's all he's lacking, his pace. On the ball, he's unreal. He was doing some nice little flicks first half as well, and Ramsey had a shot off one where Douglas Luiz played the ball off the top. Ings just laid it off, and Ramsey had a shot which was blocked. Ings, his touches and his movement around the box are so good, and that cut just sent Dunk to the shops. He was just gone. That made it 2-1, and then from there on in, just a defensive masterclass of a display. We went to the 4-6. We were just playing no one up top because we knew Brighton weren't going to play long, so we were letting them come onto us. Had the shape 4-6, and we just let them come, and they couldn't break us down. They had the one effort from Levi Colwill, the header that went over the bar, but apart from that, they didn't really create nothing. Mings and Konza were just getting rid of everything. Martinez was collecting or punching everything that was coming into the box. And for the game, it was nervy, but it wasn't too nervy again. It wasn't too nervy again because they didn't have any real chances. I know we played hard and aggressive, which I love to see from Villa. Get stuck in, get them yellow cards, break up play, do whatever you can on those transitions, break up the play, and we did that. I got 7 yellow cards. I think they were all fair enough, to be honest, except for the Kamara one. Just an unbelievable result. And the substitutions worked perfectly. To take Ramsey off at that point and bring on Ashley Young, a leader, a winner, who can just marshal the game out, that changed the whole game. It just slowed Brighton right down. Ashley Young using his intelligence, just able to cover every position on the pitch. We used 5 subs again. Everyone came on. Even got to see Cameron Archer getting minutes, and even bringing on Leandro Dendoncourt to shore things up. Just sell it down. There was 8 minutes of extra time, but they didn't look like creating anything. They were just getting the ball. They had the possession, but there was nothing coming through. It was solid. It was structured. It's something we've lacked. And the mentality to come back from 1-0 down away from home and win 2-1 is huge. And is massive going into the World Cup break. Such a great performance. Really was. My man of the match, it's tough. Ings got 2 goals. Konza had an unreal performance for me. But I just think I'd give it to Boubacar Kamara. I think he was outstanding that game. He just won everything. He was winning all his duels. Unbelievable. And the manager as well, credit to Unai Emery. You can say it's new manager bounce, but I think it's a bit more than that. The tactics, we never used to play like this under Gerrard. The tactics would be like for like situations, like for like subs. Today we played with 1 up front, but we were playing a 4-4-2. The tactics to change the formation of the system. We're playing players that don't usually play in those positions. I don't want to say out of position. I want to say players that don't usually play in those positions, and it was working. It was an incredible result, really was. 2 wins from 2. Take that. 6 points. Take that. Up to 12th. Didn't see us being 12th come the World Cup. Couldn't see it from a mile off a few weeks ago. So being there now, outstanding, really is. And now Emery gets that World Cup period to work with the full squad. They go away to Dubai. There's already a friendly organised with Villarreal as well. So hopefully he just gets the time he needs to just implement more styles of play, more systems within the team that they can understand, so they can just transition quickly through them during game, in game. But it's working so far, and the substitutions are showing it as well. Great result. Anyway, thanks for your time. If you could like and subscribe, that would be much appreciated. Comment as well your thoughts on the game, how you thought it went, and who your man of the match was. Thanks a lot. Up the Villa.